Hello, Dean. Good evening.
Good evening.
How was your
So,
day?
my day was well. How
How
about
about
yours?
mine too was good.
hmm
How was trading today? How are trades today?
Not quite good as I
Huh?
expected.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was in yen pairs today, but I got caught up on the wrong side of the market as day progressed.
You are on buys.
Yes, I
Sorry
was
for
on
that.
buys. I was on two
I think
buys.
I wish you could have talked. Actually, I was on sales. That was on pound USD and euro USD.
Wow.
Around
Must
170
have been a
pips.
good day for you.
That's why I'm smiling.
It's very clear. It's very clear.
Yeah, sure, sure.
All right. So, good evening, everybody, and welcome to our session today. So today we'll be doing a brief refresher of how to navigate around MT5 platform. So joining me is Michael. Michael, maybe you can say hi to our listeners.
Hi, Edwin, and hi, everyone. I'm Michael, a trainer at Kitengela. Yes, and I'm here with my colleague Edwin. I will be taking you through this session together. Thank you.
All right. So you'll start us off.
Yes, I will.
All right. Take it
So
away.
thank you. So today we are going to cover MT5. It's MT5 refresher. So we are going to go through the basics of MT5, some tools that we have here, how to add your account, how to do analysis on MT5, how to open a trade, and how to close a trade. So for me, I'm going to take you through how to add your account on MT5. But before that, I have some questions from some of traders. They ask which are differences between MT4 and MT5. Yeah, we have some differences. We know MT5, even as the name suggests, it's the newest app or the most updated one. So it has advantages over MT4. The first one is that MT5 is faster than MT4. For those ones who have been asking, MT5 is more faster. MT5 is more faster than MT4. The other advantage with MT5 is that we have more assets that you can trade in MT5, especially in our platform, that is FX Pesa. A good example is that you are able to access cryptocurrencies in MT5, but in MT4 we don't have cryptocurrencies. Another advantage that we have with MT5 is that it has 21 time frames, but when we talk of MT4, we only have nine time frames. For those ones who would love several time frames, you can see that MT5 will favor you more. So by the end of the day, we tend to choose MT5, or if you have MT4, maybe later on, you can open an MT5 account. That is the good thing with us. So you can have an MT4 account and also have an MT5 account. So when you'll be opening the account, I will not go through that process today because we have covered that in Novice to Pro with Rufus Kamau. When you revisit there, you'll be able to see how you open a trade. So how you open an account, sorry. Once you open an account, you'll be given an account ID. So with that account ID, that's where you come to the MT5 platform. Then you add you open the account using the account ID that you have been given. The biggest challenge that I've seen with guys is that, or with traders, we try to open the account using our national ID number. So we don't use the national ID number, we use the account ID. So once you open an account, either a demo account or even a live account, will provide you with an account ID, and that account ID is the one that you'll use to log into your account. So once you have the account ID and you have opened this platform, so MT5, MT4, and other platforms that we have, these are trading platforms. So you're able to access the market in this platform, whereas in our portal, that's where you get to create the account. That's where you get to do the transactions and some other things in your account. But to access the market, to execute trades, we use these platforms. And now today we are going to use MT5. So if you have your account ID and you have decided to use MT5, so you come here to file on the top left corner, you click file, or once you click file, you'll have this menu. Then come down here to log into a trade account. because you already have the account, you already have the account ID. So you click login to trade account. Once you click login to trade account, this is where you get to add your account ID, the one that has been provided. Put your account ID here. Then you have the password that you did set when you're opening the account. If you have forgotten your account, your password, you can reset it. Then here on server, you'll have to choose if you want to log into the demo account. And here you have the demo account ID. You choose demo server. But if you want to log into the live account, you will click here, then you click the live. So these are the servers. So if you choose the wrong one, the account won't go through. So you have to click this one. So for me, I've already logged in. So once you do that, you click OK. For me, I'm already logged in. So once I'm logged in, then I have access to the market and I'll be using my account. So once it goes through, you'll be able to see at the top, at the right bottom corner here, you are able to know if the account has logged in. So you can see here it's green and you're able to see the traffic. So it means I'm already logged in. We have data coming in. So at this point, so if it's not logged in, here will be red. So you'll have to check your password or else your network. It can be either of them. So make sure it's green, data is coming in. Then from there, you'll have this chart layout. Now, this one is where people get confused. So by the Edwin, you know, for me, when I was introduced to trading,
Yes.
the guys who introduced me to trading, they opened for me this kind of layout. So I was like, where do we start? Where do I even click? Because I was just seeing numbers and charts. So I was confused by the way.
So they did not run you through how to sort of edit.
Yeah, they did not
layouts.
run me through. Actually, it was a complicated one. They didn't simplify it. Yeah, so traders, when you open this layout, I know it will have so many things, but then we want to simplify it. So there are some things that we'll have to eliminate. There are some windows that we'll have to close to try and simplify it to make it easier because we want a simple thing. By the end of the day, you just want to analyze the market and do the analysis and close the trade. So here, the first thing that you have here is Market Watch. So in Market Watch, this is where you get to access or to see the assets that you can trade. We have so many assets. Here we have CAD CHF. These are currencies. You have US oil. These are commodities. We also have gold. This is under special metals. So we have all these assets here. You can access them here in Market Watch. Then below the Market Watch, we have Navigator. So in Navigator, you're able to access various things, especially in your account. You're able to see the account that you're logged in. If maybe you have logged in two accounts, that is demo and live account. So both of them will be highlighted down here. So you can double click on any that you want to log in. So you don't need to be coming here to file and log into a new trade every time. So you just choose the account. For example, here I have the demo and the live. So I just click the live account, then I click OK. Once I click OK, I have to select the server, then I'll be logged in. So that is how you use it, the Navigator. Also, if you want to add some few indicators, we'll go through them. You can also access them on the Navigator. Then below the Navigator, we have Data window. You'll be able to see about the highest price, the open, the close, and the lowest price of a certain asset. So at this point, you want to have the most important window. So for now, we don't need the data window. I also don't need the Navigator because I'm already logged in. So I can close it. Then I can have this Market Watch. Now, when I have this one, at least I've simplified my chart. Then below the Market Watch, this will have the toolbox. And on the toolbox, it's where I'm able to have the trade. The trade will show me the account. So if you click the first one here, Trade tab, you are able to view your account, the balance that you have, the equity and the margin. And if you have a running trade, you have opened a trade. Once we'll open a trade and you'll see the trade will appear here. So again, at this point, the toolbox, that's where you are able to manage your trades. So this is an important part. We might not want to delete it. We might want to have it there. Then you can also have the history. You can see the trades that you have opened there, exposure. So which assets are you trading more? Exposure will assist you to know which assets are you trading more, where do you want to focus more with or in the market. So you have that data there. Then from there, the other thing that we have, so we have already eliminated two charts, two windows. Then I have to make a decision on the chart layout here. So I have 4 chart windows, but by the end of the day, maybe I might want to have one. So I might maximize this one. I might want to maximize this one. So if you only want to view one chart window, you maximize it here. So you click this middle button, and then you'll have one chart window. So on this one chart window, you'll have to make a decision. Do you want to use this layout, these properties, or do you want to change? And now, if you want to change, you want to make some changes on this layout, you right click anywhere on the chart. Then you come to properties here, down here, and you have some shortcuts, by the way. So if you want any function here, you still have shortcuts that you can click, a combination of keys to do the same function. So I'll click properties. Then here on properties, I'm able to change. So the good thing with the MT5, if you click color, you have this scheme. Okay, so you click color, you have the scheme. On the scheme, I can choose color on white, meaning my candlesticks will be colored. This is the chart that I'll be using. My candlesticks will be colored, and then the background will be white. That is color on white. Then you can decide what do you want to see on this chart. Do you want to see the bid price? Do you want to see the ask price? Do you want to see period separators? If you don't want to see anything, you can uncheck. So for me, mostly I uncheck the maybe short trade history. Then if I'm satisfied with that, I can click OK. And you can see the chart layout has changed. So for somebody who maybe you want the same colors on the candlesticks, but probably you want to change the background. It's bright. Some people have eye problems, or when you have long time in the charts, you might want to use a dark background. So you can right click there again, go back to properties. Then on colors, you can change the background, maybe set it at black. And so if you decide to choose background to be black, then foreground will have to be white so that you're able to see these writings here. Then you can click OK. But for now, let's just use we use the white background. So let me use the white background. And then when I choose the white background, the foreground has to be dark.
And
so
maybe to mention,
yes, Edwin.
The beauty is that when you're making all those changes, you're able to have a preview. So whatever changes that you're making, you're able to see whether they are being affected on your preview.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So this is what Edwin is talking about. So before you implement it or before you press OK, you're able to see how the chart layout will be. So if you are satisfied with that, then you can click OK. So that is the beauty with it. Then after you have made the decision there, the final thing that you may want to decide, maybe you don't want to trade this asset. Maybe you want to trade a different asset. Let's say you want to trade a GBP USD. So you can right click on GBP USD, or even you can just press on it, drag it and drop it. So as you can see, it has changed. So now we have GBP USD chart. If you want a different one, you can do the same. Just drag and drop. You'll have that chart window there. But if you want a different chart, maybe you don't want to touch this one, so you can just right click on it, then you click chart window. But you can see now this one comes with the different properties. So what we do to try and make things easier, so this layout that you have here, if you are satisfied with that one, you can save it. You can save a template. Okay, so you can come here, save a template, name it any name that you want. Let's name it test. So if I name it, for example, test, then I save it. Then I'll come to the new chart window that I have here. I will right click. Then I'll go back to my templates. Then now I will load test. So test is here. I'll click it, and automatically I have the same layout that I had here. So it makes work easier. You don't need to change every now and then. Then from there, we have some few things that you may want to add on this chart, because we are now on the chart side. So if you click view, you decide what you want to see. So mostly in default, this is how it comes. We don't have a time frame. we don't have time frames here. So you will click view, then go to toolbox. Once you click toolbox, you check time frame. So once you check time frame, you'll be able to see time frames here. Then you can change. If there is a time frame that you want to add and it's not here, you can right click here at the left side, right click it, then go to customize. So once you click customize, you can add any time frame that you want that is not here. Maybe I want to add 6 hour, you can click 6 hour, then insert. So you can see a 6 hour has a 6 hour time frame has been added here. So basically that's what you need. You need to have the you need to have your chart, your market watch here for you to choose what you want to trade. Then you also need to have your toolbox here for you to see your account and to manage your trades. And then you also need to have your chart layout here, have the chart window here, save the properties that you want, the layout that you want to use, then finally decide what you want to view here. The most important things here is for you to have the time frame. Then you have these analysis tools, which Edwin will take us through. And also, yeah, this box, these tools that you have here, you need them. So you won't remove anything here. If you want to add anything, you want to customize, you right click at the left corner, at the left end. Then you have customize, you click customize, you add anything. If you want to add any tool that is not there, you just click it. Maybe you want to add Fibonacci extension, or let's say this one, then insert, and automatically it's added there. So I think that is what we have. And as I said, we have all those shortcuts. If you want to add market watch, you can click Control M. You'll have market watch, navigator, Control N. This toolbox that we have here, you can click Control plus T, maybe to remove it once in a while, or even to add it later. Yes, then when you're doing analysis, I know somebody can see the chart is small. Maybe you want to increase the chart size. So basically what you can do, so sometimes you can even close this one, okay? Or even you can go to view and then view the full screen for you to do a proper analysis. And after you have done your analysis, you had a good view, you can minimize it. Then from there, I think the next thing we do is to do the analysis and then open a chart. So Edwin will be taking us through that. Unless Edwin, you have something to add before we go to analysis.
I think during introduction, the only thing that you forgot to mention when it comes to the differences between MT4 and MT5 is that MT5 has more tools. It has more technical indicators and graphical tools compared to MT4. I think MT4 has around 30 technical indicators and 31 graphical tools, but MT5 can offer you as many as 38 indicators and 44 graphical tools. So that's an additional advantage of using MT5 over MT4.
All right, thank you. That is for those who love technical analysis. At least they have advantage there. That is us.
Yes. All right.
So I think with my part I'm done, and now we can go to the analysis.
All right. Maybe you can let me share.
Yes. So which one do you use as we share?
Surprisingly, I'm more accustomed to MT4. I think I've used it for quite a long time. So for some reason, I think I'm stuck with MT4. Though I still use MT5, but for the most part, yeah, most of the time I use MT4.
I think I was also the same. By the way, I was using MT4 mostly. Recently, I migrated. I went now to MT5, but I think MT5 is better. So I welcome you to the other side.
I'll be joining soon.
Right.
Full throttle.
Okay,
all right. Okay. Thanks for that, Michael. So I'll cover the remaining bits. So the first thing is on the file chart. So when you want to add any chart, you'll be able to add the chart from the file option. So you'll click file, then you click new chart. Then once you click new chart, you'll also be able to get shortcuts, a shortcut to add any chart that you might want. So once you exhaust the ones that are on top here, you can then go to each and every folder to check the specific assets which you might be interested in trading. So when you hover your mouse over the asset and click on it, it will automatically be added along the chart bar. So with MT4 and MT5, you're the one to select the assets that you want to trade. And upon adding any asset, all those assets will be arranged at the bottom along the chart bar. So this is called the chart bar. Then the other thing is a close option. So when you click close option, you will be able to close the chart which was projected. So we had projected US oil. So upon clicking close, when we went to file and click close, we were able to close that chart, and it would obviously disappear from the chart bar. If you want to get it back, you'll just go to file and you click open deleted. So when you place your mouse along open deleted option, you'll then be able to see all the charts that you might have deleted in the recent past. So you'll just pick the one that you're interested in. And once you click on it, it will be added back and you'll be able to see it. Then the other thing is, I think you touched on how to open an account, Michael, if I remember.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
All right.
But we have also covered that in Novice to Pro.
Yes. So under view, basically the view option enables you to add any tool that is missing on the chart. So you have these shortcuts, all these bars that are at the top of your chart. You can be able to remove them or add them back to the chart. So if you go to view and see that these options have not been ticked, so if they've not been checked, so for example, if you have that, let's see. So if you go to view, or if you notice that there's something that is missing on your chart at the top, you'll go to view. And once you go to view, you'll ensure that all the options have been checked in. So when you check any option, you'll be able to have those tools added back on your chart. So if anything is missing, you'll have to go to view. So the most important ones are the toolbars, the status bar, charts bar, and the toolbox. So the toolbox is the dialog box, which is at the bottom, which enables you to see any trades that might be running. So when you go to the bottom part along your toolbox, you have the trade option. So this option enables you to see any trades which you might have opened. Any running trades, you'll be able to see them under the trade option. Then the other option, which is also important, is history. So history option shows you all the trades which you have opened in the past and closed. So once you close any trade, you'll be able to see that closed trade on the history option. Then when you go to insert option, so when you click insert, this is where you'll be able to add tools that you might want to use when you're doing your analysis. So you have objects. So objects are trend lines, vertical lines, horizontal lines. You also have indicators, as well as graphical tools. So if you want to use any tool to do your analysis, this is where you'll be able to obtain it. So the most important ones, especially for new traders, would be objects. So the first one is trend line. So when you want to draw a trend line, or when you want to mark an area where the market has been forming peaks or low points, you'd basically use the trend line. So I'm just trying to look at the chart. So if you want to draw, or if you want to mark an area along a diagonal level along the chart, so that you can mark the low points, or perhaps if you have a case where the market is on a downward momentum and perhaps you want to mark several peaks along that diagonal zone, you'll basically use the trend line. So trend line is a very important tool when it comes to trading. So you'll just click trend line, and once you click trend line, you'll then mark the path along which price has had a tendency to form low points. Or if you're dealing with a downtrending, yes?
Before we continue, do you think it's important to first close this option, the top right option, top left option of opening a trade? Because maybe when you're doing analysis, you might click it by mistake, and then that one.
This one, yes.
Yes.
So yeah. So if you want to remove this box, which gives you your buying price and your selling price, you'll just click on this icon. So we have a panel. So if you click on the panel icon, you'll be able to bring back those prices, or you'd also be able to make the prices to disappear. So yeah, as you rightly mentioned, Michael, it's very important, because if you have one-click trading option enabled, and you happen to click on either of these two prices, you might find yourself in a situation where you've executed a trade not out of your own will, but out of an accident. So yeah, I think that is quite important, Michael. So
sure.
I think once you log into the account, it's good to make that panel to disappear in order to avoid any accidents. So thanks for that. So yeah, so if you want to draw a trend line, or perhaps you want to mark a specific time along the chart, again, you'd go to insert under objects, you'll be able to get a vertical line. So the x-axis or the horizontal axis gives you a time. So it gives you time both in terms of the date and the specific time of the day. So when you pick a vertical line from the objects and you click on it and click anywhere on the chart, it will be able to mark a specific date, and you'll also be able to see the specific time along that area which you have marked. So that is the vertical line. When it comes to the horizontal line helps traders to mark a specific price. So the vertical axis gives you a price variable. So if you want to mark any price level, then you might want to pick the horizontal line in order for you to do that. Then you can also be able to draw a channel. So a channel is a chart pattern which you can use as a trader in order to mark the pathway of the price. So if the price is on the rise, just 1 second. So if you want to mark this pathway up the trend, you can go to insert and you pick your channel. So if the path is within 2 parallel lines, so you can just pick an equidistant channel to then draw that path along which price seems to be moving. Then you can readjust those lines in order to see whether the market is fitting within that path that you intend to mark. So once you adjust, you then be able to project those lines so that as time progresses, it would be easy for you to time cases in point where the market will come back to retest that area where you have marked on the chart. So basically, you'll be marking key areas of interest along that chart. So as time progresses, you'll be in a good position to time your entries or areas within which you might want to exit any running trades. So once you add a tool on the chart, be it a channel or a trend line, a vertical line, or a horizontal line, when you want to remove it, you'll just double click on it. Then you can click the delete button on your keyboard in order to remove that tool. Then other tools are symbols. So if you want to add any symbol on the chart, you'll just go to the specific symbol that you might be looking for and click on it, and you'll be able to add that particular symbol. Then the other important tools are indicators. So indicators are mathematical formulas which have been embedded inside your trading platform. And once you activate them, or once you've mounted them on the chart, they'll detect specific price reactions. So you can therefore be able to anticipate certain price movements as they happen or before that movement happens. So it's important to mention that indicators are not perfect. However, if you're able to use them effectively, or if you find the right combination, they can really go a long way in assisting you to predict or to anticipate certain price movements. So to add an indicator, you'll basically go to insert, then indicators. Majority of the indicators are within the trend option, oscillator, and custom indicator. So there are so many. So if you happen to attend the physical sessions that we hold in our offices, we specifically look at how you can combine one or two indicators in order to identify areas within which you'd get significant price moves. So I'd highly encourage you to attend physical sessions, especially on Wednesday, because when you're looking at securing the bag, we mostly look at a full setup. And we use some of these indicators to help you to anticipate those price movements as they happen or before they happen. So basically, you'll go to trend and you choose the specific indicator which you're interested in. Then you click on it. And once you click on it, you'll get the dialog box where you are able to make any adjustments if it is necessary for you to do that. So once you make those adjustments, then, so like now here, I can adjust this in order to make it a bit appealing. So once I make my adjustments and I set the necessary levels, if there's need for me to do that, I'd then click OK. And once I click OK, you'll have that indicator mounted on that chart. If I need to add an extra indicator, I'll just go to insert indicators. If, for example, I want to add Bollinger Bands, I'll click on it. I do the necessary adjustments. Then once I do that, I'll click OK. So if these are the two indicators which you'd want to use, then you can actually save this template and paste it on any other chart that you might want to add. So how do you do that? So you'll just right click at any point on the chart, then you'll select template, then you click on save template option, then you can save this template. So on the file name, you'll save it under a specific name. So in this case, I can save it as Bollinger Bands. And
Edwin, it seems you love Bollinger Bands.
yes,
It seems you love Bollinger Bands.
I do. I actually use it.
Okay, that's nice.
Yes. And average directional movement index. So you type the name, then you save. So when you save that template, it then becomes easier, because if I was to add a new chart, so if I go to file and click new chart and add a new chart, I can now right click on this new chart and go to templates and load that template. So if I click load template, I'll just search the name under which it saved that template. So I saved it as Bollinger Bands and average directional movement index. So you can double click on it. And once you double click on it, you'll have the same setup mounted on this new chart. So you'll have this setup pasted on this new chart. So you can continue to do that for each and every chart. So template, load template, then you select and paste. Again, you click the next template, load template. You double click on the template. So once you make adjustments to each and every chart to paste that particular template on each chart, you can then save all those charts bearing that template by going to file. So you'll go to file, profile, then you save that profile. So you save as, so you want to save that profile as, so for example, you can save it as Bollinger Bands. Sorry. And average directional movement index. So if you click OK, that will enable you to have that profile saved, or you'll be able to save all those charts under the same setting, so that the next time you log into the chart, you'll just go to file, then profile, you look for that specific profile. And once you click on that profile, then you have all those charts loaded again, bearing the same format. A failure to save the formatting under a specific profile would then mean that the next time when you log in, you'll have lost all that editing that you have done on your charts. So this is important because you can have several strategies for which you use on a frequent basis. So when you save each strategy under its own profile, then it makes your work easier when you're analyzing the market, so that if you scan specific assets using the first strategy, and perhaps that strategy is not giving you any setup, or if you're not able to spot a situation where a setup might be close to formation, then you can shift to the next strategy to then scan using a different strategy, because one strategy might not give you a setup, but perhaps if you are to look at that specific chart with a different lens, then you might be able to spot something which you could not have been able to spot. So it's good to save different strategies so that it makes your work easier when you're analyzing the market. Then experts are automated systems which you might have bought, or perhaps which you've had coded and they've been embedded in your platform. So these expert advisors help you to detect certain commands based on the settings that you had used. So if you have any expert advisors or algorithms which you have coded or perhaps bought off the shelf, then you'll be able to see all those experts there. Then when it comes to charts, this chart option gives you shortcuts, which are also available at the top. Then when it comes to tools, the most important option under tools is new order. So new order enables you to execute a trade. So if you go to tools and click new order, you'll be able to get the dialog box, which would enable you to do the settings before you have a trade executed. So you'll be able to select the specific asset which you're aiming to trade. So in this case, if I want to trade GBP USD, I'll just click on it and select it. Then the next slot will enable you to choose whether you want a direct market execution. So market execution is a case where you'd want to enter based on the best available price at that point in time. Then pending order is a case where you may want to book a trade at a price which is above or below the current market price. So depending on the kind of order that you want to execute, you can choose either. So if you want direct market access, we would go with market execution. Then the next thing is to set your lot size. So this is where you'll set the volume. So if I want to trade a micro lot, I'll just click 0.01. Then you can set your stop loss. So let's assume I want to set my stop loss at 1.200. So I'll just type 1.200. So that is 42 pips below the current market price. You can as well set take profit. So if I want to set my take profit at 1.2100, I'll just type 1.2100. Then once you're through with that, you'll then click buy or sell as the case may be. So if I want to buy, I'll just buy by market. And once I click OK, I'll now be able to view that trade. So you'll go at the bottom where you have your toolbox, and there you'll be able to see that trade. So if you click trade, you'll be able to see that trade running with all the specifications. So you have the symbol, the ticket, which is sort of like a reference for that specific trade, the time when you executed, and the date. It also shows you whether it's a buy or a sell, the volume, the price at which you enter that trade, the stop loss order rate, the price at which, or the price where you've set your stop loss, you have take profit order rate, the price at which you have set your take profit, the current market price at the moment. Swap is interest that would accrue when you hold your trade overnight. Then the last column will show you the status of your trade. Is your trade running in profit or in loss? So a negative number indicates that you're in loss, and when you have a positive number, it indicates that you're in profit. So once you execute a trade, it's just a matter of time to have that trade realizing profit. So once you realize profit, you can either close it manually, or if the market was volatile enough, you might find that the trade has closed either at a loss if it was to drop towards your stop loss level, or at a profit if the market was able to reach the price where you had set your take profit. So if you were to close this trade manually, you'll just click the cancellation button on the far right end. So if I click that button and accept the terms and conditions, I can now click that button and close that trade. So once I close that trade, you'll be able to see that trade on your statement. So your statement is obtained from the history option. So once you click history, you'll be able to see all the trades that you have closed in the past. And I think that's pretty much it, Michael, not unless I've forgotten anything.
I think that is it. We have covered most of it.
Yes.
The most important things we have covered.
Yes.
Especially on the analysis and how to open a trade and how to add your account.
Yes.
Maybe you can just highlight on this period separators that you can see here, maybe their functions.
Yeah, so these period separators, or the vertical lines, the vertical dotted lines, basically mark, so if you are within a time frame below 1 hour, or if you are on 1 hour and below, the period separator will basically show you when it shows you that period is within 1 day. So if we place our cursor along this point, this is where we transitioned from yesterday to today. So right from where we have that vertical line up to this vertical line, they are demarcating where the day started today and where the day will end today. So each column, or each column will show you a specific day. So this was today. So right from that point is where the day began. The day is yet to end. Then from this point up to this point is showing you yesterday. So that whole period is yesterday.
Yeah, those time zones are those period separators are very important, just to highlight.
Yes.
Especially to those who trade using or who trade sessions, who understand about sessions. That is, maybe you trade a London session, you trade New York session. So you may want to understand maybe where the market opened. Then using the vertical line, you're able to see where the Asian session maybe ended. And then you can, that is the Asian session, then you can trade, maybe you can use the high and the low as you had indicated in one of your, there is a session that you did on a London session breakout. So those period separators are very important for those who want to understand time zones or who trade using various time zones, that is sessions.
All right. So the other thing is perhaps deleting these indicators. So if you want to delete indicators, you'll just place your mouse along the specific indicator. And once that dialog box has popped, you'll right click on that indicator and delete it. Again here, I'll just place my mouse on that indicator and right click on it, then delete it. And you'll be able to have a clean chart once more. So I think that is where we will stop. So Daniel Onchari, you are asking, or rather you are saying that you're a beginner and you'd want to learn more. So you're saying that you need help on learning how to trade. So I don't know where you are, Daniel, but we have several offices. So if you're in Nairobi, you can come to Westlands, Delta Corner, Oracle Wing, 12th floor. So I'd recommend you to come on Monday at 1 p.m. If you're not available at that time, you can as well come at 4 p.m. So we have other offices. Maybe Michael, you can highlight towns where we have branches.
Yes, Edwin. So the first one, as Edwin has said, is the one located in Westlands. That is where Edwin is. Then for me, I'm in Kitengela. So if you're around Kitengela, you can come to Kitengela Mall, where Neighbors is at that floor. The other one, if you're around Thika Road, you can go to Thika. We have an office there, a training academy at Maisha Heights, third floor. If you're around Eastleigh, you can go to Al Mukarim shopping center or shopping mall, third floor. That is shop number 5. We have a trainer there or a training office there. If you're around Nakuru, you can go to Tower 1, that floor. You'll find a trainer there. That is Matthew. If you are around Eldoret, we have a training center there. There is a training academy at Rupa Mall, that floor. So most of our training centers are at that floor. Yeah, so I think that's where we are. And if you are not around those centers, we have these sessions, the online sessions. So you can be attending the live sessions. That is Monday to Friday. You can go to our live channel and you'll be able to see the scheduled trainings like this one. Most of them, they happen at 8 p.m. at night. And we also have others at 11 a.m. That is market snapshot. So you can attend either. I think
All
that
right.
is it.
Yeah, Michael Mulwa, I'd also recommend you to attend physical sessions. We mostly cover technical analysis on Tuesdays. So there we would be able to discuss more and show you how to identify the swing highs and swing lows. Then Kevo is asking whether this is MT4 or MT5. We were looking at MT5, Kevin Okongo. So basically, this was just a highlight for beginner traders. We've had our market analyst doing a 10 series recording, dubbed Novice to Pro. So it's available on our FX Pesa YouTube channel. So if you want to learn more details on how to navigate around MT4 or MT5, so those series or those recordings are mainly focusing on MT5. But once you go through those recordings, not only will you be able to use MT5, but you'll also be in a good position to use MT4. So I'd highly recommend you to visit our FX Pesa channel, you subscribe, and also share it with your friends and relatives, and you'll be able to find resources that is useful in helping you to better understand the markets. So yeah, I think that's it. Not unless you have anything to add, Michael, from your side.
The only thing I can add is that once you follow that, finally we make money through that platform.
Yes.
Bye.
All right. So I think we'll stop there, and we wish to thank you all for finding time to attend today's session. We hope to see you very soon in our future sessions. So enjoy the rest of your evening.
All right.
And bye for now. All right.